Hey one, hey all, welcome to Monday, welcome to Countdown Day, and following on from last week's list, today we're going to do the results of the fan vote for the top 10 worst G1 figures released. We have done the most annoying, we have done the worst characters, but this is the worst in plastic, in your hand, the top 10 worst Transformers G1 figures released. I should specify, G1 figures released. That's our focus in the latest GotBot Countdown. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and while you are at it, hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring. Or of course you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. So, we have our honorable mentions. There are a bunch. Honorable mentions. All of these had the same number of votes. They were really close to making it. A couple of surprises here. You'd be surprised at some of the things that actually caught on and gained some momentum. These are definitely worth mentioning, but they did not make the actual top 10 slots. And they include Runabout. I had Runabout, or Run Amok, whatever the black and red one is. I can never keep their names straight. And yeah, it was a cool car, but once that Battle Charger automatically popped up, it wasn't a great Transformer. I mean, it was easy to push him back down. The arms on the side, I always thought, why couldn't they at least go forward? Even if you didn't give him an elbow or anything, they weren't great bots. Skywarp. Cup. Somebody said his alt mode just looked like an old man slipper. I get it. His Cybertronian truck looked like an old man slipper. Guzzle. Who thought that was going to catch on with voters? But it had more, and everybody in the voter forum said the same thing, here's a deep cut. Guzzle. And you know what? A bunch of people voted for it, funny enough. Grandis. What else do we have here? Power Dasher Chromar. And I think Z-Tar had a couple of votes as well. Top Spin. Galvatron, G1 Galvatron, and Flywheels. Those are the honorable mentions. They did not make the list. So you know what we're going to do now? We're going to do as we always do, and we're going to kick things off with number 10, my friends. First. Kicking us off at number 10, we have this guy, the mighty Brawn. And, I mean, the people that voted for this said, look, his alt mode was fine, it seemed rugged. The name Brawn seemed to fit. You know, he'd be tough, but then look at this robot. First, it's not animation accurate, which is fine, I guess. But Brawn, really? Is that the name that you're going to go with? Because in looking at this, those legs are real thin, real lanky, and real wide apart. But look at the arms. They're the puniest, skinniest, wieneriest arms possible. The proportions were weird. He doesn't look like he'd be tough. He doesn't look like he'd have any brawn. If anything, he kind of looks like a weakling with weird proportions. I agree with the voters. I think all of those are valid reasons. Brawn takes the number 10 slot. Coming in at number 9 is this guy, leader of the Autobots, Rodimus Prime. First, it came up to about the tummy, I think it was, of Galvatron. Granted, Galvatron was designed because originally the intent was for Ultra Magnus to be the new leader, and they wanted Galvatron and Ultra Magnus to match up. We all know it got changed to Rodimus, but Rodimus was always much smaller than Galvatron. A lot of people don't like this because they say when you take the trailer off, the trailer is kind of nothing. Even its battle station mode is not really anything. And when you do take the trailer off, you really can't do anything with the remaining Rodimus robot because it doesn't have any back wheels or tires. I didn't mind this guy. I actually liked the robot, as weird as it was, because the arms definitely should have been longer, or the legs should have been shorter. I don't know which one. So a wonky robot with a real old man face. What's with the bags under the eyes? And an alt mode that you need the trailer for it to work. I get all of the gripes. Oddly, I actually didn't mind G1 Rodimus. Go figure. Didn't like the character. Didn't mind the G1 figure. Fans did, though, and that's what matters, and that's what counts, and that's why Rodimus takes the number 9 slot for worst G1 Transformer figure released. Coming in at number 8, we have this guy, Motormaster. And people that voted for Motormaster said, okay, look, the base mode isn't great, but it can connect to Trypticon, which is neat. They also said, great truck, big, hefty, chunky truck. Even if it's like not quite to scale with Optimus Prime, say, but it still feels like a good truck. But then they said the robot. The robot is just a chunky, atrocious piece of junk, really. I don't really know. I never handled Motormaster. People seem to indicate that he was an okay torso, but they did not like the robot mode truck and said it was really compromised for the truck mode and for the Menasor torso mode. And as such, Motormaster, just as a robot, was a big, ugly brick that didn't work that well. I don't know if that's true or if it's not. I'm just reporting what the voters said. And there was enough of them that thought that way that Motormaster was able to take the number 8 slot. Coming in at number 7, we have this guy. It's Ratchet. And those that voted for Ratchet basically said, look, he had that ugly sticker for a face that was behind his chest. It made no sense. The arms were basically down on his hips. And then while there were lower legs, you literally couldn't do anything with them. They were a brick. Such a bad, terrible robot. And even his one box wasn't incorporated. If you didn't have the one box, you couldn't even do the alt mode properly. It was just a bad design from inception. Good alt mode, terrible transformation, and a repugnant robot mode. I get it, and he takes the number 7 slot. Now number 6 I actually really loved, and I owned. Number 6 is this guy. That's right, Twin Twist. And you know, like, I get it. Twin Twist had arms that could go around, but no elbows or anything. He had no knees. The lower legs are connected at the feet. Granted, he could bend over at the waist. And that was about it for the articulation. And why did he have the weird little part in the back of his head that you could push back and forth? I never really figured out what that was for. I guess it was a locking thing or something. I don't know. His dual drill alt mode was very Cybertronian, and you could believe it could dig, but like, it wasn't that exciting. It was kind of construction vehicle akin, but there's no way you would mistake it for an actual construction vehicle. It definitely had treads. It definitely felt like it would be the sort of thing that would like roll underground, but like, where would you use it? When would you use it? And not for nothing, the treads and stuff on the arms, there was no real paint, no real stickers, no real treads. It was just molded in detail. A compromised robot, a weird alt mode that you didn't really know where it fit in, and a transformation that was literally just him flipping over onto his feet, which most of the time that gimmick didn't work. Yeah, I know, I liked him because he was a chunky bot, but to call him good, that he's not. And that's why he takes the number 6 slot for worst G1 release. And now a hush falls over the crowd because we've reached the ever coveted, ever popular halfway mark. And at the halfway mark today we have this guy. That's right, Quickswitch. Now funny enough, 6 shot along with his 7th bonus mode. It's cool that somebody saw the picture and said, oh, you got a picture with the 7th mode. But it's funny that 6 shot made the best G1 releases list. And you would figure that Quickswitch isn't that far removed from 6 shot, but he is. He's a bulky, ugly bot with limited articulation. And while he has all of the other alt modes, they're all less successful than 6 shot. Here's the problem. You have 6 shot, you have Quickswitch. People are going to compare them. 6 shot was so well done and interesting to explore that the lackluster Quickswitch just couldn't live up. And for that reason, he takes the number 5 slot. I think a lot of people are going to be shocked at number 4 because number 4 is this guy. That's right, it's G1 Megatron. And some people said that the alt mode was lethal or potentially lethal, and that's why he's awful. Some people said even if you love the alt mode, he is plagued by a fiddly, finicky, fragile transformation and a robot that just looks ugly. Why would any army follow it? It's a terrible robot design with short, stumpy arms, long, lackluster, skinny legs that have such huge, wide-set hips that it seems so incredibly unnatural. Then you have the fusion cannon, which should be cool, but because he has such stumpy, little, tiny arms, it just looks ridiculous on his arm. And, not for nothing, the head sculpt with the helmet on it doesn't even look like the helmet. It looks like the whole head is inside of the helmet. And that's probably the way it was meant to be designed, and the cartoon took it as the helmet was part of his head, even though I don't think it's intended to be. The little battle station you can do with all of his accessories, I guess, is neat, but the robot is atrocious. Not to mention the unfortunate placement of his trigger and the front of the barrel. Just seems a little inappropriate. So, alt mode could be lethal. You might like it, but robot mode, those that voted for him almost universally agreed that there's no way anyone would believe that that could stand up next to Optimus, and there's no way anyone would believe that that would lead an entire Decepticon army. It was just a bad design, at least for the robot, and it takes the number 4 slot. Now we are into the top 3, and at number 3 we have this guy. A triple changer with Broadside, yeah. And people said, look, the plane is just a big brick with wings. The boat is just a big brick with wings. The robot is a big brick with 2 little arms coming out of it. He fails in all 3 modes. He's not a successful aircraft carrier, he's not a successful aircraft, and he's not a successful robot. You might see me looking down because I'm actually looking at Broadside here now. I mean, cool axe accessory, I guess. I've never actually handled the original Broadside, so I don't know. But yeah, he doesn't look that great. I get it. And he takes the number 3 slot. Coming in at number 2, we have this guy. That's right, it is Ironhide. Some people tried to vote and said, Ratchet, Ironhide. That's 2. That's 2 releases. 2 separate releases. Who wore the mold worse? They were not counted together. As you know, Ratchet appeared a lot lower on the list because people said, when they voted for Ironhide, they said, man, Ratchet, Ironhide. But you know what? If I got to pick one, it's going to be Ironhide because he just wore the mold worse. Plus, if you know the character, there's no way that this mold could represent such a cool, tough, ornery character. The face looked atrocious. The sticker was worse than Ratchet's, and he still had all of Ratchet's problems. While you could believe that the Doctor might be a little bit of a weaker bot, so you sort of bot it as Ratchet a bit better because, much like with Brawn, Ironhide's supposed to be such a tough, burly bot. How could you buy this as a tough, burly bot? It's not. Looks terrible. And it takes the number 2 slot. And now here we are, very tippy-top number 1. And number 1 is probably not going to surprise a lot of people. It's this guy, Wheelie. And I get it. The little Cybertronian car mode, sports car mode, like, it looks dopey. It looks like a kid's ride at the, the local fair, right? The county fair, or, when it's coming through, when the midway's coming through your town. It looks like some dopey little kid's ride. Then when you transform it, I mean, the robot mode face is just in there. The brim of his hat comes out too far. The legs and the feet are all one ugly color. The long gorilla lanky arms that are just not hitting the mark. Terrible robot, terrible car, terrible conversion. Plus, terrible character, plus annoying character. By the way, we've done worst characters. We've done most annoying, and Wheelie scored real well on those as well. I don't think that they're ones you want to score well on, though. Yeah, Wheelie, he's trash. Trash in fiction, trash in plastic. And he takes the number 1 slot. And that's 10-1 once again. And other ones that had votes include, and there were a bunch here. I like this Action Master Thundercracker because of all of his weird colors, Bristleback because of GPS, Gunrunner, Hound because of the weird proportions, especially his arms, Time Warrior. Oh man, Time Warrior. Look it up if you don't know it. Mirage, Blot. Who else? Wide Load. In fact, all of the throttle bots, they were more like fast food offerings. Hook. How many people broke Hook? I did. Power Master Optimus Prime. That one kind of surprised me a little bit. Roadblock, Kickback, Goldbug. The Tech Specometer 11. Look it up. It's like basically a cube, and you can pull it out, and it becomes like a little blaster. It's the weirdest thing. It had no robot mode, per se. Monstructor, Fort Max. That one surprised me. Starscream, for the same reasons as Skywarp. Ultra Magnus, just being one big red brick once you put the truck on back. Whirl, G1 Prowl, G1 Jetfire. That one surprised me that it was on here, but somebody said it was just too fragile. Action Master Optimus Prime, Spark Stalker, Pretender Jazz, Pretender Grimlock, Nah. I get it. I like Nah, but I get the gripes. Landmine, and Superion. Go figure. Those and more. Let me know if you're most despised made the list or not. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button, man. Stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel, and don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.